The Third Battle of Ypres commenced on the 31st of July, 1917. Casualties on that first day were heavy, but nowhere near as bad as they'd been on the Somme a year before, and they captured a lot more territory. The British Army was learning and adapting, but so too were the Germans. During the winter of 1916-17, the Germans had re-evaluated their tactics. Instead of relying on a heavily defended front line, they introduced a more elastic defence, also known as defence in depth. This relied on a series of defensive lines working together to grind down attacks. The front line was reinforced with pillboxes, concrete blockhouses like this one, but the real strength was further back. Infantry ready to counterattack and artillery. This aggressive attitude to defence meant that the Germans were ready to strike the British, just as they'd advanced as far as they could from the safety of their own front line. The opening advance was intended to capture the first two German defensive lines on the first day. But his commander, General Gough, was even more ambitious, changing the plans and pushing for the third and even fourth lines to be taken if forces had the opportunity. But the weather wasn't on their side. Heavy rain fell throughout July, turning the battlefield to mud, which was then churned up by the preparatory bombardment. The attack began at 3:50 a.m. on the 31st. The Allied troops rose up out of their trenches and advanced towards the German lines, protected by a heavy creeping barrage and escorted by around 100 tanks, although most of them got bogged down and disabled in the thick mud. Even so, there were some notable successes. At the northern end of the line, the British and French attacked quickly, made good progress, and managed to seize Pilkham Ridge, which gave them vital observation posts, very useful for the subsequent fighting. But elsewhere, the results were mixed. The ambitious attacks fell prey to the German defence in depth. At the southern end of the line, the Anzacs were among the forces attacking across the Guelewelt Plateau, where a powerful concentration of German artillery ground their attack to a standstill. In the centre, the attack reached as far as the fourth German line, but was repelled by a brutal counterattack. As the rain continued to fall, Allied soldiers settled in muddy, wet trenches and shell holes and awaited further orders.